Hi, my name is ColdBeer and let's start with Warhammer 40k Boltgun.
Here, without any hesitation, load up your gun and plunge into battle. You'll experience a perfect blend of Warhammer FPS gameplay and the stylish visuals of your favorite 90s retro shooters. You will play a battle-hardened Space Marine on a perilous mission across the galaxy as you fight against the Chaos Space Marines and demons. This boomer shooter style, well known from the games like Classic Doom, Duke Nukem or Heretic, is a real treat for older dudes like me, and also for a younger generation who wants to experience glory and feel like a true combat god, or goddess, or something in between. Whatever you are, you will rock this. People on Steam are saying that the game doesn't offer a lot of replayability, but the level of entertainment it provides is massive. Although, not as massive as your mama. Herdling. Here you will head out on a grand alpine expedition with a herd of cute beasts. You will ascend a mountain path, encounter eerie dangers and obstacles, and forge your way to the mystery at the summit. You will have to guide and protect a motley herd of weird animals while traversing mountainscapes, fog-infused forests, snowy plains, and forgotten valleys. At the same time, practice your herding skills and navigate a wide range of challenges, threats, and easy-to-solve environmental puzzles. Well, easy to solve, definitely not for everyone. Don't ask how I know that. So this game is an emotional, wordless tale of trust, survival and companionship where you will have to cross through a fallen world. It is an amazing game without a doubt, but there is one big flaw. It's like your pee-pee. And by that I mean very short. The main story will take you only around 3 hours to finish. So this game is more like a long movie than a game, but a masterpiece, no doubt.
Banishers, Ghosts of New Eden.
Despite the fact that this is a single-player game, here you will play as a ghost hunter couple who vow to protect the living from the threat of lingering ghosts and specters. In a disastrous last mission, the woman was fatally wounded, becoming one of the spirits. So in the haunted wilds of North America, the couple desperately searches for a way to liberate her from the curse. Basically, the game copies the main aspect of The Witcher. You hunt monsters as your main profession, although the gameplay is more similar to God of War. So in the process, you will immerse yourself in a beautiful story between two fated lovers. As Banishers, you will enter the lives of simple communities and solve haunting cases in a mythical, lore-rich world plagued with supernatural creatures and ancient secrets. Sounds cool, and the general public mainly agrees by giving it above 80% positive review score. Aliens Fireteam Elite. Have you ever wanted to be a protagonist in the Alien movie? Well, I doubt that, I really do. And if yes, what is wrong with you? Anyway, here, after so many fear-infused hours in Alien Isolation, you can finally get some revenge on these terrifying creatures. You will kill hundreds of them, so it's nothing like the movies. Although it's really fun to play if you have a friend or two. You can play in single player as well, but I assure you that if you want full experience, you will have to find some friends. I know that may be mission impossible, but you can try anyway. You don't need real friends, all you need is some Discord channel with the same-minded people. So here you'll be exploring some friendly planet filled with friendly fauna and live in harmony all together. Except you don't. This game is a carnage where you will have to battle through hordes of different types of xenomorph, customize your character and gear, and level up as you try to contain this ever-growing threat. I especially like the diversity of enemies in this game. They really took their time to create some nasty monsters. The game itself is basically Left 4 Dead just with aliens. I think it's great, and 81% of Steam reviews are also positive. They always run. This is a very nice 2D platformer where you will control a 3-armed mutant hunting for the most dangerous bounties in the galaxy. Its inhabitants have been swarmed by crime since the fall of the Empire. Being able to find anyone and anywhere has become a highly prized skill, and that, my friend, is the skill you possess. Some bounties are rewarded with money, others with valuable information that you can use to find the people who set you on this forsaken path. Having 3 arms lets you deal with more enemies at once and makes for a persuasive argument in any scuffle. Use your 3rd arm to perform targeted attacks and throws, manipulate the environment, destroy obstacles and wreck enemies. The game has very positive review score and people are saying that it is really fun, although it can be challenging for new players of the genre. Warhammer 40k Space Marine 2. Here you'll fight enemies of mankind as Lieutenant Titus and slay hundreds or even thousands of evil tyrannids. And they look something like Zerg from StarCraft, you know, insectoid monsters of some sort. And yeah, tyrannids for the first time were mentioned in 1987, a long time before StarCraft, so similarities are the other way around. Anyway, here you are a space marine, a warrior of unimaginable power. Yeah, it is so satisfying to hack and slash, dice and slice, it is very hard to stop playing. You know, here the game lets you actually feel the might of your character. If in Dark Souls you had Space Marine instead of Dark Souls protagonist, even your grandma could beat it. Well, you could be the hardest boss of any Dark Souls game, to be honest. That's how strong and cool your hero in Space Marine is. Well, you will still die occasionally, but that won't ruin the mood. You know what can ruin the mood here? Locked cosmetics that you can't unlock just by playing casually. Anyway, a very positive review score is here for a reason. So let's kill some Zerg for the Emperor. I mean Tyranids, I swear. Sherlock Holmes, Chapter 1. Here you as a young Sherlock Holmes will struggle to prove yourself as you navigate an exotic, dangerous island. Deep within the Mediterranean, you will investigate the mystery of your mother's death. Your legacy is written by the decisions you make. Deception, violence, and deduction are just a few resources in your arsenal. Whether you choose brute force to solve your problems or stay one step ahead of your enemies by using your wits to spot vulnerabilities, you decide what each situation demands as you hone your investigative skills. It's time to confront your past so you can become the legend you are destined to be. People on Steam are saying that this is a great game, although many are complaining that the open world part is an overkill. You know, running vast distances from one object to another feels a bit like a fetch quest. Nevertheless, it still has around 80% of positive review score on Steam, so put it into your wishlist and wait for a sale. Call of Cthulhu. The year is 1924 and here you will take on the role of a private detective. But instead of catching cheating husbands and wives, you must do a bit more serious job. So you are sent to investigate the death of a well-known family on a remote island. What could go wrong? Yeah, you will probably meet some strange creatures, experience weird science and even come face to face with a creepy cult. I mean, what else is there to do when you spend your time on an isolated island? Knit socks? Repaint the fences? Make potato salad? Although I doubt that you could find the best quality doctor's sausage here.
I am so bored. Yeah, me too. Let's join a cult.
But if you think about it, honestly, if the people of the island would do some sock knitting and repainting the fences for fun, maybe, just maybe, they wouldn't need to join a sinister cult for fun. Some food for thought. Anyways, people are saying that the story of the game is very interesting, engaging and spooky. But Call of Cthulhu doesn't let you explore much. It is more focused on nice cutscenes and it does feel more like an adventure game. Warhammer 40k Chaos Gate Daemonhunters. A nice title for turn-based game lovers. Here you will lead humanity's greatest weapon, the Grey Knights, against the corrupting forces of chaos in this brutal and fast-paced RPG. Yeah, somehow turn-based can be fast-paced as well.
Deal with it.
So here you will root out and put a stop to an insidious plot to infect the galaxy with the Bloom, an intergalactic cosmic plague capable of rotting worlds into oblivion. Armored with fate, shielded by devotion, your company's very existence is rooted in mystery and forced with mind wipes and executions. You'll experience life in the 41st millennium and follow the journey of these elite warriors in a narrative-driven gameplay. You are stranded naked, freezing and starving on the shores of a mysterious island called the Ark. You must hunt, harvest resources, craft items, grow crops, research technologies and build shelters to withstand the elements. Use your cunning and resources to kill or tame and breed many different species of dinosaurs. Various Potatosauruses, ColdBeer raptors and other ancient creatures roaming the land. And team up or prey on hundreds of other players to survive and dominate. Speaking about domination, when I was like 10 years old and I was visiting the bathroom in my friend's house, I was trying to pee as loudly as possible to show his family who the real alpha male is. His father never let me in ever again. You know, out of fear. So domination is in my genes. I hope it is in yours as well. Sherlock Holmes, The Awakened. If you like Sherlock Holmes and Lovecraftian stuff, this may be your spoon of potato salad. Here you become Sherlock Holmes and find yourself at the heart of terrifying Cthulhu mythos as you investigate a series of mysterious disappearances in Europe and the United States. Those are apparently linked to a dark cult that worships an ancient god. Whatever their plan is, you must put a stop to it, or, face unspeakable consequences. Yeah, all that sounds nice, but can I join the cult? Can I worship the ancient god as well? What if Sherlock decided that his life of investigations is boring and being a servant for a Dagon himself is a more fulfilling experience? I doubt that, but it would be nice if you could actually choose the unexpected way. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1+2. More than 20 years ago, I bought some PC gaming magazine, and it had a CD with a Tony Hawk 2 demo inside. At that time nobody had internet, so CDs that came with journals kept us up to date. I installed the demo, and super unexpectedly it became one of the best games I have ever played. I played and played and played, and my friends came over and we played it together as well. We mastered the art of tricks without even seeing a full version of the game. Yeah, they really knew how to make great demo versions back then, that's for sure. But when the full version finally arrived, I couldn't afford it because I was poor and had no money. And I'm not talking about the original version, I have a pirated CD in mind that at the time cost around 20 liters in Lithuania. To put things in perspective, I have to say that my mama's salary was around 300 liters per month, and the original CD of Tony Hawk 2 was priced around 200 liters, so only millionaires around here could afford those back then. So sadly, this is all the experience I have with Tony Hawk, the best demo I have ever played. And I have to mention that I never play sports games, maybe I should start. And this version, according to people who actually played it, is one of the best remakes ever made. Around 90% of positive reviews can confirm that with ease. Achilles, Legends Untold. He will take control of a man with a really weak heel but with very strong everything else. The journey will take you to many different corners of mythological lands, where you will obtain powerful artifacts that will aid you in your quest. The game has a cool AI system that introduces innovative enemy behavior. Opponents have unscripted interactions with each other and are capable of coordinated attacks. Developers are also saying that sometimes your enemies are even taking advantage of their surroundings. Well, honestly, that should be mandatory in every modern game. If your adversary is ignoring surroundings, that is so old school. I think even pigs in Duke Nukem 3D could hide behind the walls, and the game was released in the past millennium. So Achilles Legends Untold is Souls-like, but not as hard as actual Souls games. Various Diablo-like action RPG lovers could play it as well, but of course don't expect Diablo-like battles, here every battle is important. Well, at least they are made this way. If you played, for example, Sands of Aura, you may realize what I have in mind. It is a mix of genres, but I think it's really worth your attention. Void Crew. Here you will pilot the ship, man the turrets, perform emergency repairs, recharge the power cells, utilize space station weaponry, fabricate munitions, and exit the ship on extravehicular missions, be it patching the ship's hull or scavenging derelict wrecks. The game has a very positive review score on Steam and lets you explore the universe along with your buddies, or, with your mother-in-law. Nobody loves you more, and you know it. People on Steam are saying that everyone has a job to do on the ship, and with every update, the game seems to be getting better and better. Also, Void Crew will break your friendships, but it's worth it. You will find new friends. World is full of friends. Not yours though. Planet Zoo. Remember when you were a child and in a zoo you saw some dumb animal and then you said something like,
I want that, I wish I could keep it.
And then your mother just slapped you and said,
It's a lion, it would eat you.
And you were like,
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, kids are dumb, but the point of this story is that now you can keep a lion, and giraffe, crocodile, and elephant, and not one but as many as you want. And the funny thing is that you are just as unsuitable to keep them now as it was back then when you were a kid. All your animals would get sick and die, or they will die because you'll forget to feed them or give them more cosmos. Well, I mean space. And it's a fun game if you are ready not to cry over imaginary animals and their imaginary deaths. Base game itself is very cheap, but it has like 8 or 9 DLCs, so it will suck your wallet dry. Be careful. Art of Rally. This is a beautiful racing game. The word art in its name is not just a coincidence. The game looks original and fun. Here you will race across the world through colorful and stylized environments and compete for the first place in the leaderboards with daily and weekly challenges. Here you will experience the golden era of rally in career mode, traveling across 78 stages from Finland to Sardinia, Norway, Japan, Germany, Kenya, Indonesia and ColdBeeristan. Well, maybe not all of these, but I can't remember which one isn't included. The models of cars are all vintage and range from 60s to 80s. In total, more than 50 different cars. To be honest, you don't need to be a fan of racing, this game is literally for everyone. I played the demo a long time ago, and even if racing games are usually not my spoon of potato salad, I had tons of fun. Also, the review score on Steam is very high, above 90%.
Crazy high.
Well, not as high as Seth Rogen. Lost in Play. This is a journey across childhood imagination, with thoughtfully created puzzles and interesting characters. You play as a brother and sister duo on an adventure to find your way back home. Between reality and fantasy, you will explore the enchanted forest of a horned beast, start a rebellion in a goblin village, and do many things that are considered doubtful in our part of the galaxy. The game is filled with interesting, never-before-seen puzzles. For example, you will challenge a pirate seagull to a game of clicking crabs, serve magical tea and collect pieces to build a flying machine. Why do you need a flying machine? Well, I would never spoil that for you. If you watch the animated series named Over the Garden Wall, this game has very similar vibes. If you never watched Over the Garden Wall, you should. Like, it's a must-watch animated feature. You will thank me later. And the game, yeah, overwhelmingly positive review score shines really brightly and lures you in like an angler's lamp.
And now, thank you for watching, have a nice day, and, subscribe or something. Bye.